Welcome to The American Farmer, brought to you by White's Farm Supply, celebrating their 75th anniversary and serving the farming community in upstate New York with 5 locations. Coming up today on the show, we get up close and personal with the best track skid steer in the world, made right here in America. Gale has roots dating back to 1859. That and more today on The American Farmer. Welcome back. Well, if you'd like to lift more, push more, and do more with your track skid steer, one with a high ROI and a low cost of ownership, look no further than Gal and Mustang here with Albert. And Albert, I tell you what, very impressed with this because this has so many features that other equipment doesn't have. And the cost of ownership is down, and because of that, this is a really good machine for getting so many things done around the farm. Is that right?
Yes, sir. We believe that we can give you a machine here that's going to give you a better total cost of ownership or a lower total cost of ownership, which is going to bring you a greater return on your investment to either the farmer or the construction worker that would be buying this unit.
And there are so many technologies that you own on this machine that's really going to increase its longevity as well. In fact, as we look at that track sitting there, I'm thinking about that ideal track, which is really going to give us more life. Is that right?
Yeah, the ideal tracks that we have on this unit here, being that it's a track loader, it's called the Ideal Tracks. It is something that is patented by Gale and by the Manitou Group. It is a self-tensioning track system, eliminates a lot of labor costs, also extends the life of the tracks as well as the bogies and the idlers and a lot of the other parts that go into a track system, therefore bringing lower labor costs to the owner, and it's going to bring him a better total cost of ownership in the long run for this machine.
And this really has a lot of made in America know-how right in South Dakota.
Yes, sir. This machine right here, we build at 2 different plants. We actually build at a Madison, South Dakota plant, and we also build in a Yankton, South Dakota plant. So yes, truly American-made products.
And this system, standard, comes with protection that other vehicles you have to pay for.
Yeah, we like to boast on our machine here. If you look at the actual cab configuration, these come standard out of the factory, no upcharge or anything. They come with what we call a level 2 FOPS, which is your falling object protection system. Very upgraded from the standards. A lot of our competitors use what they call a level 1 FOPS, which doesn't give them quite the higher rating for any falling object. So it kind of increases that rating, and it increases the safety factor overall.
And the ingenuity and technology doesn't stop there as well. As we lift the hood, we find out the cooling system is unique to Gal. In fact, it cools the oil, cools the hydraulics, cools the fuel, and cools the motor oil as well.
Yes, sir. All of our cooling system, we actually put it there at the back door. So when you open up, we actually have vertical coolers that are stacked versus some of our competitors that actually put their coolers above their engines or motors, if you will, above that diesel engine where heat rises, as we know. So we put ours vertically. We blow all the air out. A lot easier for clean out, a lot easier for maintenance for that end customer.
Well, Albert, with that said right now, I know you have to have the attention. All of our viewers out there, their antennas went up when we mentioned the cost of ownership, the fact that you have technology that's going to extend the life of the machine. What's the best way for them to learn more about Gale?
Well, there's a couple of ways to learn more about Gale and the Manitou Group. You could look on our website. You can go to www.gale.com, or you can go to www.manitougroup.com for more information and to be able to contact your local dealer and your local sales representative.
And the past couple of days here, you've put on a hands-on workshop where we salesmen got to know about the machines. We got to get inside of the machines. And not only that, you had competitive brands out here. And, going into this, I knew that I really liked Gal. It had a lot of advantages, but having driven the Gal against all of the other makes out there, it is definitely my favorite, and I think you've seen that reaction with everybody.
Sure, we've had a great time out here. We've been in Lebanon, Pennsylvania now for 2 days. We're just kind of ending up the 2-day training that we've had. We've had many dealers come out. You guys got to drive the Gale product line, the Manitou product line, and you did get to drive some of our competitors, and we've gotten some great feedback from the sales force.
Well, Albert, thank you so much for being on.
Hey, no problem. I thank you for having me.
Times are changing, but for the past 75 years, White's Farm Supply has been there with you through good times and bad. Regardless how crazy the world's been getting, for farmers, the work still needs to get done. Livestock is fed, and crops are planted, just like it's been for generations. In our world, farmers keep on farming. That's what we do. White's Farm Supply, celebrating our 75th anniversary, supporting you, the American farmer. Welcome back. Well, if you're looking to pull more, push more, and lift more, look no further than the Tractor Series by Case IH. Here with Rick. And Rick, I tell you what, today we had some training at White's Farm Supply, and you wowed us with all the features, you know. We started out with the Farmhawk series, a tractor that's been around since 1923. And today, that rich heritage equates to technology on the field and being able to do so many multitasking with this line of tractors. Tell us a little bit about a Case IH.
Thank you, Bill. We're pretty pleased to have today a 100 horsepower, 100 PTO horsepower tractor, which back when I started back in the early 70s, that was considered a large horsepower tractor, where today it's a much more of a utility or all-around handy tractor. So what we have here behind us is a Farmhawk 120C. This is one of our higher featured tractors in that it has a power shift transmission in it. So people that are familiar with the Farmhawk, have heard of TAs or torque amplifiers, and that's what this has, is a high-low power shift in it. So we have 24 speeds forward with it. So it's ideal for haying, for PTO work, for planting, drilling, things that require different speeds. If you're in hilly terrain like we're in here today, it's great because you can shift under power with the tractor to stay more productive.
And Case IH really has a solution for any operation, large or small, is that right?
That's correct. We start at 35 engine horsepower. We go up to 620 engine horsepower. The popular size for us that has a tremendous number of options is this 100 PTO horsepower, where we start with a new model, 115A, which is 100 PTO horsepower. We have a 120C with a 12 by 12 transmission in it, and then we have this one, which is the next level up, because then it gives us that ability to power shift the tractor under a load. And then from there we can go to several other families. One is a U that has a 4 shifts under power rather than 1 shift under power. So we've got, like I said, a tremendous amount of options in this size tractor. We can go to a physically larger frame tractor with a large Farmhawk or with a Maxim and still be at that horsepower range, but have a heavier type of a tractor that would be better suited for heavier work than what these are.
So we've got the power, we've got the technology, and we also have the amenities. So that office inside there, high visibility, we're going to have a seat that's going to be comfortable no matter how much time we spend in it, and we're going to have things right at our fingertips as well.
That's correct. This air ride seat is standard. It swivels so that you spend a lot of time looking behind you. It takes that kind of crick out of your neck in a long day when you can turn the seat around. We've got tremendous speed availability on the tractor, from 0.3 of a mile an hour to 25 mile an hour. So that there's kind of a lot of times people feel that they're missing half a gear. 4th is too slow, 5th is too fast. If there was just a gear in between, with the ranges that are in this, you've got the ability to have the right speed for the application.
And today we're out here in the field. We've been haying, and just another one of the models that Case IH has to offer to the many different solutions we'll be able to use in the field.
Exactly right. Yes, we have. Like I said, we have the 120C behind us, and then in the field baling today, we have a Maxim 150, which is the largest in that family of tractors. But it starts off at 95 PTO horsepower and goes up to 125, which is, in the IH days, that was a 1066. So we have that range to fit very well into what application you're going to use the machine for and get the best bang for your dollar out of it.
Well, I opened up by saying pull more, push more, and lift more. That's really true, isn't it, compared to comparable tractors?
So there's quite a bit of built-in weight in our tractors, so that they don't need additional ballast a lot of times, depending on what the application is. They can be ballasted up if it's necessary, but for a lot of applications, it's built into it. You've got the ability to use the all-wheel drive on it, the four-wheel drive, and that gives you tremendous traction. And there's some features that come along with that are especially valuable in the hilly country here, is that this tractor will go 25 mile an hour. If you're going down the road with it, if you step on the brakes, it automatically gives you four-wheel braking, just like your pickup truck would have. So a nice safety feature. It comes with every Case IH tractor, and that has the higher speed to it, and so it gives us a productivity and a safety factor.
So Case IH, Farmall, names that are synonymous with getting things done on the farm. And you could go on to whitesfarmsupply.com. Right there you can access all the information you need on Case IH, their full line of tractors, and other farming implements as well. Rick, thank you so much for being on.
All right, thank you, Bill.